The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Now up to bat. Are the Cardinals bad for baseball?
LJ, what the hell is going on in St. Louis right now? What is happening?
I'll meet you in St. Louis.
The Cardinals, as of right now, sit in last place in the NL Central at 13-24, LJ. They are 8 games back from the first place Pittsburgh Pirates.
Well, say that again real quick. Say that again. Just so we can hear it again.
They are 8 games back from the first place Pittsburgh Pirates.
I love this season so much. I'm sorry.
LJ, the Cardinals, as of late, it has not been very good. We talked about them sending Jordan Walker down. We initially thought that, it was a good move. Until now.
Who thought that was a good move?
No, we didn't. Well, we said that it made sense to try to give him some time to get better in the field.
Yeah. All right. We're not gonna rehash. This was literally our last show.
Yeah.
Thank you for remembering it.
LJ, now this whole Wilson Contreras thing, and correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. So the Cardinals basically asked Wilson Contreras, they were like, hey, we don't want you to catch anymore. We want you to DH and play a corner outfield spot. And then they were like, oh, actually, we don't want you in the outfield. We just want you to DH. LJ, what is going on? They just signed Wilson Contreras to a 5-year contract this offseason. What is happening?
What is happening? I will tell you what's happening. The Cardinals, and I'm not sure how or why, just made a highly calculated move to inflate the DH positional value on contracts for years to come.
What did Wilson Contreras do wrong behind the plate? Why is he being so disrespected right now?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, I have a feeling you haven't heard a lot of griping from him, so maybe this isn't something he's entirely against. But
is this going to make them get, above 11 games under 500? Is this a real groundbreaking move here?
Have you ever regarded Wilson Contreras as a bad defensive catcher? Let's start there.
No, I would say he's a good defensive catcher.
And so where does the justification come from this? It's also important to note that this man's already 30. This isn't Bryce Harper here we're talking about. I could actually, honestly, I could justify it. If, let's say, for some reason they were able to bring him in at a ridiculously young age, if he was 24 and walked from Chicago or something like that, and you're like, okay, we've signed you to a big deal, probably longer than 6 years at 24 years old. We want to get the most out of you possible, so we're going to move you to either DH or first or somewhere like that so that your body isn't going to break down as quick. By 30, you're already permanently fixed in that crouching position. Your body just is naturally set to that state. There's no coming back from that at age 30. So not even that. I can't find a justification for this. I've always looked at him. Again, we're talking about a guy who I'm trying to find some sort of defensive spot. I mean, if we're talking about defensive runs above average, has always been a plus defender for a couple of years. 2018 was really his only tough year, but that was tough across the board for him over those 138 games. It was really kind of a late sophomore slump. But, overall, I would call him a plus defensive catcher. There's no reason that you need to do this. It feels so unnecessary.
LJ, well, the whole thing that I don't get is the organization that is renowned for year after year consistency and putting out good rosters and always appeasing the fans and always being in the thick of it. They go through one bad month, and I'm going to be honest, in my lifetime where I've been a cognizant baseball fan, so around 2009, 2010, I can't ever remember the Cardinals having this bad of a start to a season or just being this bad in general. They have one bad month in all of this time, and it's like their whole organization is just collapsing. Like, you're collapsing. You're sending down your top prospect. You're publicly humiliating your catcher, who said that he thought that St. Louis was a much better run organization than the Cubs, which, at this point, when you look at the standings, maybe the Cubs are the better run organization.
So far, Wainwright's only pitched 5 innings to a 7.20 ERA.
Yeah, this starting rotation
which again, like, this is a topic for another day. Although today kind of seems like it's going to be the day for topics for other days. Is we're probably only going to get through. Why don't we just stick to these 2 topics for the day? Because I think this is an interesting situation. We need. Is it ready? I think I'm ready to put a fork in this and say it's done. You can no longer rely on guys 38 or older as your ace.
What?
I'm out.
When did we ever think that was a good idea to begin with? Were people really expecting the Mets guys to stay healthy the whole year? Were people really thinking that the Cardinals, with Adam Wainwright as their ace, were like good? You need a young pitcher in there. Even Kodai Senga, LJ, is 30, like, on the Mets.
It's one thing though. Like, yes, I think these guys can be your best pitcher, but you can't put them in a position where they need to be the ace, where they need to be fully relied upon entirely because of that health. Like, if there's even, I would rather have, if either of these teams had the worst ace, like if we're talking like pitcher number 25 to 30 in terms of aces in the league, they'd both be so much better off. Just because you have somebody solid, all-star caliber pitcher with some stability, and then you can sprinkle in your Max Scherzers, your Justin Verlanders. Like,
it's like what Atlanta has done with Charlie Morton.
Why are we doing this tonight? I thought the hot take ESPN first take machine was over. Are we?
Wait, so Atlanta doesn't. Wait. So the Braves don't do exactly what you just said, which is have a young ace starting pitcher and then the older guy to supplement. That's not what's going on in Atlanta.
I can't remember the last time I've put Charlie Morton in that type of error, but to an extent, yes.
Did I miss something? Like, Charlie Morton's been pretty good the last few years. I mean,
he's good. He's not Justin Verlander.
I mean, look, since 2021, we're talking about a 3.77 ERA, LJ, a 1.13 ERA plus. That's pretty solid for a 38-year-old. It's better than what Adam Wainwright could say right now.
It's solid. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not trying to like completely rip on Charlie Morton. I was taken aback by your choice of example because I've just never put him in that situation. I think another example that fits in my eyes a little better is the Dodgers.
Okay, yeah, I like that one. That's a much better example.
I'll go with a Julio Urias at 26, healthy, stable guy. He's able to hold up the fort with, of course, other great pitchers around him too. But at the end of the day, you're kind of hoping your best performances are still going to get some magic out of Clayton Kershaw, but you're not completely reliant on the magic from Clayton Kershaw for 200 innings. You've got these other guys who can go out and get that.
Oh, LJ, I'll have you know, I think it was last episode we talked about how it was exactly 9 months from when the Dodgers had the All-Star game and they had like 5 guys hit the paternity list. They just got another one as Caleb Ferguson has hit the paternity list. LJ, it seems like All-Star weekend in LA was quite the time, huh?
These guys are unbelievable. Unbelievable.